Woo, boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm telling you. It is Tuesday evening in the neighborhood. Boy, I got my theme song going. I'm telling you, I feel like a mellow fellow right now. I'm gonna just chill for a second and just roll with it. Have I got a treat for y'all this evening? I got none other than Brother Fred Sharpe, CEO of Stingy Brims. And he calls it Stingy Brims not because he's stingy, but his brims are stingy. Man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get his whole story. And we just want to let this play a little bit. Now, look, all y'all out there know good and well, you're supposed to hit the share button as we go through this broadcast. We want you to make your comments, meet and greet. If you got any questions, put it in the comment section, and we're going to answer it live. I think this is enough. I want to be a good steward of y'all time, but I tell you, I feel real smooth when I hear this groove. So I better cut it out. You know, I think I'm a poet and don't know it. You know what I mean, Fred? I start talking like like I'm a young boy again. Ain't nothing young about me. But look, I gotta get on my page so I can meet and greet y'all. You know how I do, right? Because this is so important. Let's see who I got. Hey, Latadra, I got your buddy Fred Sharpe. That's right. Hey, Latadra, you need to see some of these hats that he be sporting too. We're gonna talk about it. Now, for those of you who've seen, first, let me give glory and honor to God for allowing me to see another day. Let me start there before I start running my mouth, man, because he has been, the Lord has been real tolerant and patient of me. Hey, and I'm glad he is because his grace and his mercy continues to follow me around like I owe him something. I don't, God has been so amazing. Hey, look, Latadra, I don't know if you wear hats because, I see you in church and stuff like that. But he has some of the most fantastic hats that the women and the guys be wearing. But I got to start at the beginning. Who else? Hey, David Phillips said, my man gave me my Michigan State hat just because I had the shirt on. Hey, Fred, you got a fan club member right here. You took care of my man, David Phillips Jr.
Yes. I remember that.
Hey,
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
That's what you call unity in the community. And speaking of unity in the community, don't forget July 9th at Gateway Park. We're going to have the Community Unity Day. Bring your grills out. We're going to have game trucks, DJs, stages, and platforms. We're going to have all kinds of games. Spades game. Any of y'all play spades out there? Hey, David, you play spades? Do you know anybody that plays spades? Well, we're going to have spades table, pinochle table, basketball, toss. Josh Tran's bringing that. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. Claudia T. Palmer. Hey, Claudia, it's good to see you. And Claudia, you're right on time. David said he plays spades. Okay. Claudia, I always appreciate you. You on here and ain't even 8:05. Good. Hey, look. Good story after Claudia. I think I've seen you with a hat on before. So this is going to be real interesting. For those of you who are just tuning in, maybe I should make all my announcements before I start running my mouth. Yeah, I got one more announcement. Look. Keller Williams, the real estate giant, has gotten in touch with Brother Fonz, and they are offering free real estate course, getting your real estate license, helping you set up a business. They're doing everything. Licensing, they're doing everything free. Now, I think you're supposed to pay a couple dollars for something, subscription or something like that, but you're not paying for the course and everything else. And they're going to coach you. They got a whole team. We're talking about Keller Williams. You want to get in real estate? And also, they're going to teach you free how to get into real estate business, such as purchasing property and all that kind of stuff. This is really exciting. I will be meeting this individual this Thursday. Talk to me about it before they went to Africa. And now we're getting ready to seal the deal. I'm going to get all the paperwork, and I'm going to present it to the community. Already got 3 people interested signed up. Claudia, were you one of them? Claudia, and you say I do. Okay, someone put your name down, writing that down right now. And they want at least 10 slots. Now I got 4. Hey, Lila, how you doing? That's my buddy right there. So we got 4 people, and they're going to have an opening for at least 6 more people. And it's going to be exciting because the operative word is free. And if you ever want to be in real estate, know how to buy, sell, or whatever real estate do. That's not my lane, but I know they do a lot because I see them everywhere, and you know what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. I'm going to have the information for you Friday because I'm gonna get it Thursday. I'm gonna go over it. I'm gonna advertise on my page like I do all the time. And I want y'all to jump on it. Contact me. Let's jump on it. Hey, Mary Mars, is good to see Lila Singleton. She probably just finished doing her grant applications, and I know she is beat mentally. I've talked to a lot of organizations, nonprofits, and there's a big grant that's due tomorrow at 3 p.m. and all of them are whipped mentally, Fred. Oh man, it's deep. Lila said yes and yes and yes. Angela Driver, it is good to see you. Thank you for watching. All right, let's start this off. This is Fred Sharpe right here, CEO of Stingy Brim. So the first thing I want to say is, Fred, how you doing? Say a few words to all your viewers out there, but don't say everything because I got some questions for you. I know once we let you go, you can go. So say hi to your viewers and say a few words.
Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here, and I'm right in alignment with Fonz that God has been good. I'm still here with a lot of things going on, and I'm just happy to be a resident of Coatesville.
Okay. Angela Driver, it is good to see you once again. Hey, look, can y'all hit the share button now? Angela automatically hit the share button. And because she knows what we need to do. So if y'all could stop being selfish for a couple of minutes, hit the share button so they can know what you know. So this is how we're going to spread this thing around. Now, Fred, where are you originally from?
Fonz, I'm originally from Philadelphia. And I grew up in South Philly. Played basketball, throughout most of the city as a young fella. And yeah, those are my origins. Those are what I'm tied to, South Philly.
Me and Fred's from the same hood. We're both from South Philly, man. And it's a real pleasure to be with a fellow South Philadelphian who is now a Coatesvillian, such as myself. Forgive me for coughing. Okay, so what brought you to Coatesville?
Well, we were looking for a house. And we were blessed to find one here in Coatesville that fitted our needs. So with that being said, and without me going into a 2-hour speech about how we got here, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I will say this: upon arriving at Coatesville, I've always felt that this community had unbelievable potential, and I still feel that way.
Hey, Fred and I think it was back in the year 2008, we spearheaded and led and mentored hundreds and hundreds of kids in the Tim's ministry down there in New Life in Christ Fellowship. So me and Fred have been in the ministry field, mentoring field for a minute, man, and it was an experience unlike any other. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your family. Your wife, your kids. You got a child. I don't know how many kids you got, but you got one that has a real special talent. Let's talk about it.
I have 3 altogether. They're exceptional, all 3, and one's now in Jersey, one's in Philly, and one in Coatesville. So they're kind of spread out a little bit. 3 grandchildren, and a wonderful and amazing wife for over the last 26 years.
That's Renee. So, hey, look, now I only know 2 of your children. One gentleman plays what? What instrument does he play?
He plays the saxophone, and he's continued to play and work, and he's also playing in Philly. He's playing a number of places in Philadelphia.
Excellent sax player, and I do know Fred's daughter. And she is so smart that when I walk past her, I feel like I know stuff. I mean, look, I've been knowing her since she was like knee high to a grasshopper. Yeah, man, she's a real sweetheart. And I don't know the third one, so I'm not even going to get into it because it's a 45-minute show. But check this out. You got a fantastic family, Fred. Now, Fred, what school did you graduate from?
I went to South Philly High.
Oh my goodness, Broaden Snyder.
Broaden Snyder. From there, I went on to Penn State. My the big motivating force for me out of high school was to continue to play sports. What I found was that that wasn't going to happen, and that was okay because I found another piece that I loved and enjoyed doing, and that was working with young people. I have been a day camp counselor since 14 years old, and the opportunity to do recreational therapy with folks with disabilities is the path that I ended up taking after Penn State.
So when you got out of school, you already knew you wanted to do stuff with kids and stuff like that. So that's the journey that you took, huh?
Yeah. Well, Fonz, you think about this, the ability to just be in the gym. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, that was that was definitely pleasure to me because I got to continue to mentor and help and support young people who all of them had disabilities of some type. Mainly, I worked with folks with mental health issues.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why me and you got along so well, huh?
Well, I already knew I was diagnosed, so.
Ooh, Fred spent a lot of time in the gym. You can tell by the size of Fred's head that he's a big young man. How big are you, Fred?
I'm 6'4" and 2 pounds.
Fred, you are a giant among men. Oh man, you answered a couple of questions. Okay, now look. Now, I know because look, I know you used to work at OIC. You've always been into some type of service work to serve others. How the heck did you get into the entrepreneurial field? What was your journey like that led you to want to do that?
For going back from being a young fella in South Philly, and Fonz can stamp this statement. In South Philly, you weren't dressed unless you had a hat on to finish off your outfit. So I came from that kind of environment, and also always loved having a cap or a hat on. I just thought it was something that distinguished me from others. So I ended up being laid off from a job and working for a gentleman who had a hat business on Germantown Avenue. He mentored me. He taught me how to clean and block hats. He taught me the different felts. He taught me the different type of straws. He really upped my game in terms of what I knew about hats. Already loved them, and now I knew a lot more about them.
Hey, now let me take a pause for the cause right there. Hey, David Phillips, I hope you're still on here because Frankie Phillips, I guess that would be your uncle, has talked to me for years in my store about Fonz. You need to open up a hat store. That's all Frankie Phillips talked about. And lo and behold, Fred Sharpe, you took up that mantle unbeknownst to you that this man said there's a need for a hat store in Coatesville. And lo and behold, there you go. You did it. You did. Claudia Palmer said, that's right. I'm not sure what that's right is, Claudia, but I agree with you 100%. So now let's move on and see what else Fred got to talk about. We're going to talk. Well, no, wait a minute. I'm going to jump right to this. Tell me about the hat you got on your head. What is it?
This is a Kango, a white Kango, and the name of this hat is the Spitfire. This is, I'm going to do this to it.
Yeah. Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. That's right. Samuel wears it backwards all the time, and that's that hat distinguishes him as like, all right, that's his style. And they're like Fonz likes to rock a Kango.
Yeah, boy, do I.
Yeah. And for me, I just change up every day. I find something new every day to throw on my head and walk out the door with. Kangos, people don't realize this. Kangos come in so many different styles, shapes, and colors. It's mind-boggling.
Yes. So now, what would something like that run that you have on your head?
Something like this, what I'm wearing right now, runs somewhere in the neighborhood of $50.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, someone once asked me, well, how much do your hats cost? And my answer to them is, it really does depend on what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
really does.
we're gonna talk about some hats, and we're gonna talk about some beavers and borsalinos and all that other kind of stuff that you know about. But check this out, Claudia. That's right, Claudia. Claudia sings on the choir at New Life, right? She's one of my favorite buddies, and she said I'm from South Philly too, and she said you write about the hats. As a matter of fact, I didn't stop wearing hats and shoes until I came to Coatesville. When I came to Coatesville, I transitioned into sneakers and caps and anything else I can put on my head. Okay, Angela Driver Grove says she loves a fedora. Hey, well, then we might as well stop there and let's talk about a fedora so Angela can know, do you carry fedoras? And tell us a little bit about that.
I carry fedoras, and I carry them in starting off with something very basic, and then going all the way through to the beavers, the velours, and the fur felts, along with the wool felt hats. The wool felt hats are going to be a little bit less, and the other ones that are made with fur are going to, of course, be a little more. And then you have this whole selection of crown sizes, which is crown shapes, which is the top of the hat. What the different shapes are, different brim sizes, and so forth. Now, stingy brims sometimes leads people to think I'm only selling the small brim hats, right? That's not true. What it is that I just like, I just like the way that sounds, stingy brim. So
It does sound
it's
nice.
catchy. So that's why I use it. But if you go to the website, which is Stingy Brim Hats, plural.com, and that's www.stingybrimhats.com, you'll see a variety of hats for women, men, children. It's a nice selection on there. If you don't see what you're looking for, you can always go ahead and contact me by email or call me, and we can talk about it, and I can find it for you.
Okay, let's take a pause for the calls because my son just checked in, and I gotta just make a real special big deal out of him. It's good to see you, Fonz, checking in on the show. Stay tuned because we got my man Fred Sharpe, who is Sharpe, and we're talking about them hats. My son said, as soon as I get a job, I'm gonna get one. All right. You ain't gotta tell everything, son. Some things you want to keep for yourself. But that's besides the point. Hey, look. So, man, this is so exciting. Now, I went on his website. Now, evidently, hats, you got into this game, and I think the hat explosion blew up after you was already in the game because you got Neo and you got all them guys that's wearing the big hats. And if you look at my promo of the show, you'll see that the young lady is wearing that big hat too. Now, Fred gets all that kind of stuff. So now let me ask you something, Fred. If you don't have something in stock, what's the kind of turnaround if a person orders something? And not only that, if they're ordering something and may not know their hat size, how do you judge that? And what's your return policy?
Okay, I'm going to start with turnaround time. Turnaround time usually once you make your payment and blah blah blah, those things, that's taken care of. The business side is taken care of. The turnaround time is usually a week. So I unfortunately I get a lot of folks who come to me on a Thursday or Friday. Fred, I need a white brim for this all white party. And I say to them, what size do you need? Now let's talk about size. So sizing, if you don't know your size, you can measure your head. And it's not hard to do, Fonz. You simply, ooh,
that's head for you.
Hey. All right, so you start off with the tape measure about right here, bring it around, right above your ear, all the way back around. What you do is you tell me how many inches that is. After you tell me how many inches that is, I can tell you what your hat size is. So it's really, and it's not that bad. There will be a hat size chart on the website. So you can measure, you'll be able to measure by next week and then look at the chart and it says, say, for example, you're 23 inches. Then you'll know what size hat that 23 inches translates into. I think I answered two. There was another part of the question, Fonz.
Mhm.
And that was let's just say for women hats, right? There
Mhm.
are a number of women fedoras. They come in different brim sizes. You can get a small one, you get a big one, large one. And also, just a reminder for all the ladies out there, there's no problem with ladies wearing a man's hat or a hat that is really for a man. So that's never an issue. Anybody wondering how you can tell a men or women's hat? It's on your left side. If you have a feather or a bow on the left
Mhm.
side, that's a men's. If it's on the right side, that's a woman's hat. So, but women have been wearing men hats for years. It doesn't matter for them.
All right, now wait a minute, because we want to answer this question. Andrew wants to know, what is that website? Again, I'm typing it in the chat section. I do have the www dot in there. So what is it? Stingy Brims?
Stingy Brim
Stingy
hats.
Brim. Okay,
Stingy
Stingy
Brim
Brim
hats. Mm-hmm.
hats.
Right.
Okay.
Dot
Oh,
com.
wait a minute. I spelled Brim wrong. Man, I'm dyslexic. Brim hats. Okay, go for it.
.com.
At stingybrimhats.com.
Right. Right. It's
www.
all one word, lowercase.
Mhm.
STINGYBRIMHATS.com.
Man, I did it. Next time you had to have your assistant on here typing this stuff up. Okay, okay. Angela said she started wearing a man's fedora. See, you're getting confirmation up all up and down this feed right here. That's good. Angela, I'm glad you tuned in. Did you put her on? Is she a plant, Fred? This Angela Driver?
She might be, but I can't reveal those sources at this time, Fonz. So
Yes, yes.
I want to say this too, Fonz, really quick, that what I'm striving to do is revive style and enhance fashion. I want to give people the opportunity to dress better if that's what they want to do. Even if you want to dress down, there's certain hats and certain pieces that you can get from Stingy Brims that will just bring your outfit to life, will just give it that pop that it needs.
So is this the only business that you've ever gotten into? Is this your first business, or have you tried some other entrepreneurial pursuits? Boy, where'd I get that word from?
This is my first time doing something like this. The other piece is this, Fonz. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't passionate about it.
I know, man.
So that's the other part of it that's like really for me. People come and our business, and this is a family business. This family business is built on service. I don't want to just simply sell you a hat and send you on your way. I want to make sure you understand what you just purchased. So I'm gonna tell you about the inside of it, the outside of it, what it's made of, all of those things. Those things are important because once you educate your customers, they know what they're getting.
How long you been at this? Because you've been talking about hats forever.
You know what, Fonz? This goes back. It was hobby for a number of years, and I would say over the last 3-4 years, I had to get serious.
All
I
right,
had
I
to
like
get
that. I like that.
you know.
And you can tell the difference too. You can tell the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, big difference. There's a big
But
difference.
you
I
was
mean,
playing. You was playing. You was playing.
yeah, and the other part of it was I have to say this for anyone else who has a passion that they would like to turn into a business. It's important to learn as much as you can about the product you want to sell or the service you want to provide.
Man, that'll sell right there. That's some good stuff. Y'all need to write that down. That's a good one right there. All right, let's talk about some of the challenges that you've had being an entrepreneur, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, I had to learn. I had to learn about who my market is, and that's if you don't mind me using, I'm gonna say this. I remember with Fonz's store and some of the challenges Fonz had with the store,
Yeah.
or some of the same things I run into. Um, I have I have all kinds of customers right now.
Mhm.
I have guys who really, I mean, for example, I'll throw his name out there. For example, Nate Bookman is one of my customers. Like Nate knows hats.
Yeah.
I don't have to sell Nate anything. Nate tells me what he wants and I get it for him.
Mhm.
Nate's not a challenge. Sometimes the challenge is educating somebody who's, I have a lot of young boys who say, you know what? I'm older now. I want to get out of a baseball cap.
Mhm.
So that's a process right there. So I know that they're not going to jump into a $300 beaver.
Right,
But
right,
what they
right.
will do, what they may want to do is just pick up a Kango or a cool cat. And so just educating and guiding people along. And you know what, Fonz, we're talking about with some of the challenges. I have to say that it's hard to pick out one. I think the hardest part was for me to get a business mindset and
Mm.
understand that I'm in this to make money also. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying myself. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is that you're not going to be doing this too long unless you're creating some kind of income coming in. So that was my biggest challenge, was getting myself into a business mindset.
Oh man, what, man, all that stuff you're saying right now, if the viewers will just listen to that, hopefully that they are, because you are touching on so many key thoughts in regards to entrepreneurial shit, man. I mean, because our love for the community makes us short ourselves, make us give out discounts. I mean, you discount yourself right on out of a career, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
That is good. Hey, Levi, it's good to see you, Levi, man. I got Fred Sharpe on here. And when you finish cooking all them smash burgers, Levi, and you go out at night, you might want one of them hats that you be seeing them young boys and stuff wearing, because you think you young a little bit anyway. Now, is that round hat that people be wearing, is that called a fedora? That's not a fedora, is it?
That's a boater. The top is round all the way around. It's round on the top,
Yeah, pretty much.
pretty
And it's
much,
flat. The
and
brim
then
is
and
flat.
it's flat brim.
Hey, give me one of them hats and stop playing, man. Where they
All
at?
right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is a
Oh,
boater.
wait a minute. That was my shot back in the day, though.
Yeah, this is a boater. This is and this, I'm gonna tell you, Fonz and I know this hat because
Oh,
the Nation of Islam, those brothers would be out there in a suit in the summertime.
yeah.
Muhammad Speaks and Bean Pies, and they would have on one of these bad boys,
Yeah,
man.
they were sharp, man.
They were sharp. They were sharp.
Andrew say that hat is hot. Hey, Andrew, that's what we used to roll with. Oh man, that and some other straws. I can't even remember the name of it, but it got me excited and all that stuff. Okay, all right, all right. You wouldn't happen to have, well, never mind. If at any time you want to grab a hat and show people and you want to speak on it, feel free. You know what I mean? The
Mhm.
time is yours. Okay, all right. All right. So is there any moment in your journey that sticks out the most, or set of circumstances that made you flip the switch or made a light bulb go on or anything like that?
I would say it was I had been vending at different locations, and I had the opportunity to be a vendor at um, Westchester Beer Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out there, and I was in a situation where it was a whole nother type of clientele.
Of course.
So there was also at that time people there who had money. They had, it was, when I say had money, I'm talking about they had what's it called, Fonz? Expendable income,
Sure,
cash that,
sure.
yeah, yeah, they look, so I'm there, and nobody flinched at any prices. And then I realized that there's all kinds of customers out there. Now, not to say I haven't experienced the same thing in Coatesville. I have some customers in Coatesville. They know the value of what I'm selling. They don't have a problem with it at all. But I think that was another eye opener for me, is that it makes a lot more sense for me to be online
Mm-hmm.
than it does to have a brick and mortar right now. A
Sure,
brick and
sure.
mortar may come, but being online opens me up to a lot more people.
Yeah, and that brick and mortar will put some pressure and stress on you. That's unbelievable. So I think you made a good choice. But let me tell you about some of the things that they are writing in here Because you know, Levi, I mean, this Angela, I'm really loving everything she said. But Levi said, my uncle Buzzy Coleman be wearing the boulders, but I can rock the one he got on now. Levi said he can rock that. Hey Levi, you want to go to his website and start checking his hats out, man, because he ain't no joke. Okay, Angela said wants to know, do you clean hats or can you recommend how to do so?
I clean hats, and I reshape hats too. And the better quality the hat is, the better results you get. And I say that because I've had some beavers that people have left in the back of a car,
Mm.
fur faded, cobwebs.
Oh,
I mean, I was scared to touch it without gloves on, right?
mm.
But it was a beaver. So it was a good quality. And the other part of it is that the felt was not damaged. That's very important. There's nothing you can do if the felt is scraped off or there's bald spots from insects eating the fur and so forth. You can't replace that. Now, if it's, say a hat is just dirty, yeah, I can hook that up for you. I can get that, I can bring that back. The one thing that I would say that's so important about keeping your hat clean and keeping your hat shaped well is that when you take it off, it should go right into a box.
Yeah.
It should go into a box, or if you can't put it in a box, you need to wrap it in plastic and then store it. If you can just wrap it in, say, what's that, the shopping bag from the supermarket, if you can wrap it in that and you place it down in and then you stuff the handles and everything in the center of the hat. You do not want to store your hat this way. You always want to turn it upside down. And by turning it upside down, what you do is you stop the weight of the top of the hat from doing this to your hat, bending it up like that. And there are a lot of folks, their brims are all out of shape because they keep setting it down that way. You should always place it down upside down, where the crown, which is the top of your hat, is resting on the surface. That will save you. That will save you. A box, and that will save you. Plastic will save you too.
Hey, look, okay. Hey, Levi, thank you. Levi was helping us because we were grasping for words in regards to the Westchester people. I mean, yeah, Westchester people. He said it is disposable income.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the word we were looking for.
That's what I'm talking about. And my son said the history of hats, he's loving it, and he gave you a thumbs up. Hey, first of all, I got to say, EJ, you know what to do. EJ, it's good to see you this evening. Walt Washington. Hey, Carol Horsey has checked in. Levi said that's good. Now, you know what? We talking about hats, and you ladies know y'all like them hats. Y'all be seeing them on BET, BUTT, and all that other stuff, right? Well, he's the one that get them hats. Y'all might as well come on out. Just because we on the other side of 50 don't mean we can't wear them hats. Because I know what some of y'all think. We all ain't got to wear church hats. You know what I mean? I mean, church hats is good, and he sells them church hats too. You know what I mean? You get right up there and shout with the best of them. But he also has those other fashionable hats for when you want to go out and you're feeling a little spry. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna act like them, but you know you look good as them. You know what I mean? He's putting this to the side. Wait a minute.
Sometimes you gotta put a little.
Who said 45? Levi 45. You almost on the north side of 50, but go on and get that hat there, bro. And I'm telling you, this is some good information because I never knew about the upside down. Because right now I only own one hat, and that's sad. And that's just sitting on a rack the wrong way, like you said. So as soon as I go upstairs, I'm turning upside down, put some plastic in it. It may be cheap, but I want to keep what I got. Okay, now tell me about and put. Angela said put a little lean to it, but that's what he got kind of like right now. That's what he did, and that that lean is important sometimes. You know what I mean? I gotta look you up, Angela, on my Facebook page. Do something else. You're making this show this evening. You really, really are. All right, now wait a minute. Now, so just tell us some of the brands, and do you have any favorites out there? Or you like the parent?
Well, let's talk about some of the brands. I carry all Kango products. I carry all Biltmore products. I carry all Country Gentleman products. I carry all of the oh my goodness, Kappa's hats, which is That's the hat company that makes a number of the caps and so forth. Give me a second. I want to throw on another cap real
Yeah,
quick
man. Sure.
as I get in.
Hey, next time be prepared, man, when we get on my show, man. You're supposed to have hats all in front of you, all on your head, like 4 or 5 hats on your head. All right, son, go to bed. He's getting ready for work. My son is signing off. Fonz, it's good that you stopped there. Okay. Oh.
So this is also Kappas. This is a linen Gatsby. As you can see, it's like an apple because we got this and we got the 8 panels, but as you see, it doesn't flare out like an apple does. And of course, I carry big apples, medium-sized apples, and so forth. We call Philly guys from Philly. We call them in New York. We call them apples. They're really the real name of them is 8x4.
Oh man, I ain't never heard that.
Yeah,
And
the other
apple. I've been an apple.
apple.
I'm 72 years old and I ain't never heard nothing but an apple.
And as you put this on, I'm wearing it backwards here because you see this material right there.
I like that. I like
that. You got that right there, and
I like that better.
that is what you get when you are looking for this style hat. Another name for it is Newsboy.
Now, did you say that's the Gatsby?
This is the Gatsby. Anybody who's ever watched
Robert Redford.
Netflix, yeah, Robert Redford and Sting, and you watch Pinky Blinders on Netflix, they're wearing these.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. I know, let's get off the beaten path. Is Pinky Blinders good? Because I'm seeing it, but I never clicked on it. Is that a good series?
It's it's about English gangsters.
Okay, that's all you need to tell me. I'm on it when I go home. Okay, Levi said, Levi said.
Oh, I'm not done with my brands yet, but let's keep going. New York Hat Company makes a number of hats like this and other classic style hats. And Celentino, that's my go-to, guys. Celentino is a hat company out of Europe. That's where I get all of my velours, beavers, and most of my fur hats. They make a burgundy velour.
Whoa.
That's like, man, that hat. Woo.
Man, your outfit gotta be tight to wear that jump.
My buddy got the hat, right? He got it as a Christmas present. It was real hard to just hand it over to him because I wanted it. But I can't. I got way too many hats. I couldn't even justify that, man.
And then when you get the hat, you got to buy all the clothes to go with that. You just can't wear that and go outside like, yo.
And I'm glad you said that, Fonz, because that's how I advise a lot of my customers. I have some customers, they want to get a hat, and it's for they want something to go with a navy suit, right? Basic color, navy, right? So I advise brown goes with navy, silver or gray goes nice with navy. So you have a number of different options, and that's something else that happens with Stingy Brims. I try to do my best to have people match up the hat with the outfit, and everything does not have to be the same color. A lot of times men get into that, I call it that matchy look, you know.
Yeah. Well, look, you saved a marriage, and I want you to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Levi said, I'm sharing this again. This is going to save my marriage. She's been on me about those hats. Levi got the money too. You know, he's a caterer, and he been cooking out at the carnival all last week, and he's one of the hottest cooks out there, chefs, caterer, whatever you call yourself, Levi. You about one of the hottest ones out there. So he's got the money. You ain't got to get it. No, but yeah. So Levi, y'all need.
Well, you know what we could do, Levi? If this is Levi's first adventure into hats, Levi can get in touch with me, and I can guide him through. He can look at some things, see what he likes, and what he would like to have right now. I mean, this is Panama season for me. This is the time of year that, you know, those nice Panama straws are a beautiful thing to get a hold of. They will last a while if you take care of them. If you keep them boxed, you're going to be able to have that hat for a while.
Okay, hey, Angela's back on here. She look. She said she's liking the bebop country straw. Come on, talk about that. What is that?
Mm,
We got some homework
mm.
to do. We got some
Oh my
homework.
goodness. That, you know what, that bebop country straw, that's a Stingy Brim um hat. It I believe, if memory doesn't escape me right now, that bebop one, that is a coconut straw. It's a nice, rich
Man,
brown color.
no, man, y'all talking to each other because she just said that.
That's what she said?
She said coconut straw.
Well, yeah, I'm Franz. I,
What?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Here you go. Now I get to brag a little bit.
Yeah.
Franz, it's my business to know
Yeah,
these
that's no,
things.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with both of y'all though. That
I
is
have
all right.
at Fonz, we have a hat on the site. It's called a cooler. That hat, if you're on the site, if you can go to the site, you take that hat and you dip it in water for 1 minute. You take it out of the water, right?
Mhm.
Let it wring out a little bit. You don't have to squeeze, don't let it wring out a little bit. Put it on, right? That hat will keep you cool in hot weather. So those 80, 90-degree days, here's a hat that actually does more than just block the sun. It actually helps keep your head cool.
Well, hey Darius, look, Darius, look. This is Fred Sharpe from Stingy Brims. He got them hats for you, Darius. I'm telling you. I got his website in the chat section. You know how you like to roll, right? Girl, put one of them hats up on top of them braids and keep it rolling. I'm telling you, Todd's gonna be all over you like a cheap suit. I mean, he's got some of the nicest. I love his website. I love his presentation. I love everything about this brother because he doesn't try to sell you a hat. He tries to include you into an experience. Man, well, I sound deep. Maybe I ought
You
to sell
said,
something.
fine, I couldn't have said that better. Now, this is very important. The hat I'm wearing right now comes
Yes.
in double X. So
Ooh,
if you have
yeah.
braids, dreads, what have you, whatever hairstyle you're sporting, I have a hat that will go over that head of hair.
Mhm.
And so a lot of things I have, I can get them in 2X, which is really big, and it's going to accommodate the hair. So that's all. That's not an issue, because I have a lot of folks who say I don't wear a hat because I got big hair. My hair is too. Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
And look, for any of y'all who may have tuned in late, you know good and well I'm going to repost this thing. Y'all need to listen to it from the beginning to the end because it is an educational experience, learning stuff about hats. And hats is a hot thing right now. I mean, hey, it's just hot. I mean, you look at the shows and everything, they hot, and it's crossed racial lines and everything else. I mean, it is hot, and there's some nice hats out there. Okay. Now, I would love to think that it was the guy who started singing that song. Well, I'm happy. What's his name?
Pharrell.
Pharrell. To
And
me, came out with that Ranger look hat, Forest Ranger hat, and I thought it was crazy looking in the beginning until people started picking up on it, and then the style started becoming refined and evolving and everything, man. And it's a showpiece. It is a showpiece. Okay, now let me ask you. What are some of the future goals of Stingy Brim? Because we're getting ready to wind this thing down.
well, one of them is to be able to continue along the lines of and really just reviving style and enhancing fashion, because that's the direction that I'm heading in, and that's a process. That's going to be a process. I mean, we here at Stingy Brims, I want to be able for nonprofits to hear this, because we do fundraising at Stingy Brims. We come in to your organization, we set up everything. 20% of what's sold goes to the organization. We did it for Coatesville Kids to College, and I'm looking at expanding and doing it for more. All they have, the organization just simply needs to do the advertising, get the people there. And what I like about it is that some of these nonprofits in Coatesville, right? They they know who has money, and they know who's been giving them money. So it gives them an opportunity to have an event.
Well, that's all right. That's right. Hey, John Allen has checked it. Hey, brother John, and John always wears caps. I don't know, John, have I seen you with hats, but Fred Sharpe right here gets every kind of cap known to man. I'm basically a Kango kind of guy. So, but yeah, John, you might want to replay this because I'm gonna put it back up. He's got the history of hats, all kind of hats. We got his website on there. He's local. He's from Coatesville. That's what I like about my show, man. You know, I have a lot of local people on here that's doing great things, and I think the community needs to know about it. And prayerfully, they will support those in our community that's doing great things. That's why I like doing what I'm doing. Okay, look, it's come to that time. I gotta go get something to eat. So I want to give you this opportunity to just impart some wisdom, some inspiration, just anything that you want to the viewers, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Really quick, I want to say this. I want to say that, man, God is always with you. And even when you think he's not there, he's there. And the reason I say that is because a young Fred Sharpe back in the 70s and everything, he would leap and not even look. And now you get a little older, you get a little hesitant. But if you have a dream, you have something that you want to try, something you want to do, I say go for it. Especially, all you got to do is keep two things in mind. Am I going to hurt myself? Am I going to hurt anybody else? That's all. And after that, you just go for it, man. And the other part is this. Anytime you put yourself in a position to help somebody else, it's really helping you.
Look, that's a wrap right there. I'm not going to add anything to it. I want to thank you for allowing me to just come on into your crib, man, and sit down and talk about these hats, Fred. And now I feel like I gotta get a hat. Levi said that's good advice. It was, Levi. That's excellent advice. I mean, there's quite a few suggestions and advices that I've heard this evening. Oh yeah. So look, man, all my viewers out there, man, once again, I'm gonna say thank you, Fred. And I just want y'all to remember that Coatesville's rising. God is amazing.
Yes.
He's truly amazing. If nobody told you that they love you today, man, I definitely love you. And I want y'all to have a good night. Peace out, everybody. Bam. Later on, Fred.
Later, 5.
All right.